Hey everyone, welcome back to Nitro Garagen. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today we've got something really unique, a comparison that absolutely nobody asked for, but I think you're going to love it. We're putting a $73,000 luxury off-road SUV against a $37,000 working-class pickup truck. On my left, the Lexus GX, Toyota's premium off-road beast with a legendary reputation. And on my right, the Nissan Navara, a rugged diesel-powered pickup that's built for serious work. Now I know what you're thinking. These aren't even in the same category. And you're absolutely right. But here's the thing. Both of these vehicles claim to be capable off-roaders. Both are built on tough body-on-frame platforms. And both are designed to go places where pavement ends. So today we're going to find out, does luxury technology beat simple utility? Can a premium SUV match a purpose-built truck? Let's find out. Let's start with the Lexus GX. This thing is a proper luxury off-roader, and I mean that in the best possible way. Under the hood, you've got a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 engine. This beast produces 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. Now those aren't massive numbers by modern standards, but this engine is silky smooth and incredibly refined. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission that shifts seamlessly. You barely notice the gear changes in normal driving. The GX rides on a full-time 4-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. When you need serious traction, you can lock the center differential and engage low range. Ground clearance sits at 8.1 inches, which is decent for a luxury SUV. But here's where the Lexus really shines, the suspension. This thing has Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System, or KDSS for short. This is a hydraulic system that automatically disconnects the stabilizer bars when you're off-road. What this does is allow for massive wheel articulation. We're talking about individual wheels being able to move up to 11 inches independently. On road, the stabilizer bars reconnect, and you get a comfortable, controlled ride with minimal body roll. This system costs about $15,000 if you were to retrofit it aftermarket. The GX also comes with crawl control, which is basically cruise control for off-roading. You set your speed, and the system automatically manages throttle and brakes to maintain that speed over obstacles. Multi-Terrain Select lets you choose different modes for sand, mud, rocks, or moguls, and the system adjusts traction control accordingly. Inside the Lexus, it's pure luxury. You've got heated and ventilated front seats with a massage function. The leather is premium quality. It feels expensive. There's real wood trim throughout the cabin, not that fake plastic stuff. The second row has captain's chairs in a 7-passenger configuration, where you can get a bench seat for 8 passengers. The third row is actually usable for adults on shorter trips, which is rare in this segment. Technology includes a 14-inch touchscreen infotainment system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a 17-speaker Mark Levinson premium audio system that sounds absolutely incredible. There's a heads-up display that projects your speed onto the windshield. You've got a 360-degree camera system that shows you everything around the vehicle. This is incredibly useful off-road. Power liftgate with hands-free operation. Tri-zone automatic climate control. Basically every luxury feature you can imagine. The cargo area behind the third row is pretty small, about 11 cubic feet. But fold down those third row seats, and you've got 46 cubic feet. Fold the second row too, and you're looking at 65 cubic feet of climate-controlled, enclosed storage space. That's genuinely useful for camping trips or hauling valuable cargo that you don't want exposed to weather. Towing capacity is rated at 6,500 pounds when properly equipped. That's enough for a decent-sized boat or travel trailer. Fuel economy is admittedly terrible. You're looking at 15 miles per gallon in the city and 19 on the highway. This thing requires premium 91-octane fuel, so fill-ups are expensive. But if you can afford a $73,000 SUV, you're probably not too worried about fuel costs. Reliability is where the Lexus really earns its money. This is essentially a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado underneath all the luxury. Toyota builds these things to last 300,000 miles or more. The V8 engine is bulletproof. It's been in production with minor updates since 2003. The 4-wheel drive system is proven over decades. Lexus owners regularly report minimal issues even at high mileage. Resale value is excellent too. A 5-year-old GX typically holds about 65% of its original value. The combination of Toyota reliability with Lexus luxury is really compelling if you want a vehicle that'll last forever while keeping you comfortable. Now let's talk about the Nissan Navara. This is a completely different animal. The Navara is a mid-size pickup truck that's sold globally. In some markets, it's called the Frontier. Under the hood of our test vehicle, we've got a 2.5-liter turbocharged diesel engine. This produces 190 horsepower, which sounds low compared to the Lexus. But here's the thing about diesel, it's all about torque. This engine makes 450 Newton-meters of torque, which translates to about 332 pound-feet. That's actually more torque than the Lexus V8, and it comes on at much lower RPMs. Peak torque hits at just 2,000 RPM, which means you've got pulling power exactly when you need it. The Navara uses a 7-speed automatic transmission. In normal driving, it's a bit slower to respond than the Lexus 6-speed, but it gets the job done. You've got a part-time 4-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. On dry pavement, you're in rear-wheel drive. When conditions get slippery, you engage 4-high. For serious off-road work, there's 4-low with a crawl ratio that's actually better than the Lexus. Ground clearance is 9.4 inches, which is more than the GX thanks to the pickup truck design. The Navara rides on a traditional leaf spring rear suspension. This is old-school technology, but it's proven and it can handle serious loads. Inside the Navara, things are much more utilitarian. You've got cloth seats as standard, though our test truck has optional leather. The materials are durable rather than luxurious. Lots of hard plastics, but they're built to take abuse. The crew cab configuration seats 5 adults comfortably. Rear legroom is actually pretty good, better than some compact SUVs. Technology includes an 8-inch touchscreen with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a basic 6-speaker audio system that sounds adequate. You get manual climate control. Backup camera is standard. It's all functional and practical, but there's no luxury here. This is a working truck interior designed to be hosed out if needed. The real advantage of the Navara is that pickup bed. It measures about 5 feet long in the crew cab configuration. You can opt for a longer bed with a smaller cab if you need more cargo length. The bed has a spray-in bed liner, multiple tie-down points, and a 12-volt power outlet. Payload capacity is 1,650 pounds, which is genuinely impressive. That means you can load up a ton of cargo and still be within safe operating limits. Towing capacity is rated at 7,700 pounds. That's over 2,000 pounds more than the Lexus. If you're regularly towing heavy trailers, that difference matters. Fuel economy is where the diesel really shines. You're looking at about 22 miles per gallon in the city and 28 on the highway. That's significantly better than the Lexus. The Navara runs on regular diesel fuel, which is typically cheaper than premium gasoline, so your fuel costs are substantially lower. On a long road trip, the Navara will go about 100 miles further per tank than the Lexus. Reliability on the Navara is good, though not quite Lexus-level legendary. Nissan's diesel engines have a solid reputation for durability. The 4-wheel drive system is simple and proven. These trucks regularly see heavy commercial use and hold up well. Resale value is decent. Expect to retain about 58% of value after 5 years. Pricing is where these vehicles diverge dramatically. The base Navara starts around $37,000. Even a fully loaded top trim with every option is under $50,000. The Lexus GX starts at around $65,000 and quickly climbs to $73,000 or more with options. You're looking at a $35,000 price gap between these vehicles. That's the price of a whole other vehicle. So the question becomes, is the Lexus worth twice the price of the Navara? Let's find out in our tests. First up is off-road performance, which is where both vehicles claim to excel. We've set up a challenging course that includes deep sand, rocky terrain, steep climbs, and technical obstacles. Starting with the Sandy Wash. This is about 100 feet of soft, deep sand that'll challenge any vehicle. The Lexus goes first. I've engaged 4-high and selected sand mode on the multi-terrain select. As we hit the sand, the system immediately starts managing wheel slip. The KDSS is allowing the wheels to articulate independently, maintaining traction. The V8 has plenty of power to keep momentum going. The traction control is pulsing individual brakes to prevent wheel spin. Honestly, this is almost too easy. The technology is doing all the work. I'm just steering. We cruise through the sand wash without any drama. Very impressive. Now the Navara's turn. I've got it in 4 high, and I'm relying on the diesel's low-end torque. As we hit the sand, I can immediately feel the difference. There's no fancy terrain management system here. It's just me, the throttle pedal, and the laws of physics. The diesel torque is great. I've got pulling power right where I need it. But I need to be more careful with throttle inputs. Too much and the wheels spin. The lighter weight of the pickup is actually helping here. There's less mass to push through the sand. The leaf spring suspension is bouncing more than the Lexus, but we're making progress. It takes more driver skill, but the Navara makes it through just fine. Time-wise, it's pretty similar to the Lexus. The difference is the Lexus did it automatically, while the Navara required actual driving skill. Next up is the rock crawl section. This is a field of large boulders that requires careful wheel placement and maximum suspension articulation. The Lexus approaches with its 360 camera system, showing me exactly where to place my wheels. I engage crawl control and set it to the slowest speed. I also activate rock mode and multi-terrain select. Here we go. As the front wheel climbs the first boulder, I can see on the camera that the rear wheel is maintaining contact. The KDSS is working its magic, allowing massive articulation while keeping the body stable. I'm watching the front passenger wheel extend fully. It's literally hanging in the air about a foot off the ground. But the other 3 wheels have grip, and crawl control is managing everything. The Lexus is just crawling over these obstacles like they're not even there. The undercarriage protection is taking a few light scrapes, but nothing concerning. This is genuinely impressive technology. The Navara's turn in the rocks. I've got it in 4 low now for maximum crawl ratio. No fancy cameras, no terrain modes, no crawl control. Just old school rock crawling technique. The approach angle is actually better on the Navara thanks to that high ground clearance. As we climb the first boulder, the solid rear axle is articulating well. The leaf springs flex more than you'd expect. The higher ground clearance means less scraping too. But I'm working harder as a driver, choosing lines carefully, managing throttle precisely. There's more body lean without KDSS. The Navara bounces and flexes more dramatically. But here's the thing, it's getting through just fine. The simpler mechanical approach works. It's less refined, but it's equally capable in the hands of a skilled driver. The hill climb is where power-to-weight ratios really matter. This is a steep 30-degree incline with loose rocky surface. The Lexus starts up first. That V8 is roaring. All 300 horsepower working to pull 5,500 pounds uphill. The traction control is managing wheel slip perfectly. The KDSS is keeping the wheels planted. We're climbing steadily. The transmission downshifts to keep the engine in its power band. About halfway up, and we're maintaining momentum nicely. 3/4 up, and still pulling strong. And we crest the top without any drama. Very confident climb. The Navara lines up for the same hill. The diesel is at full boost, turbo whistling. Here's where that diesel torque advantage shows up. The Navara weighs about 1,000 pounds less than the Lexus, and that makes a real difference on steep climbs. We're actually climbing at a similar pace despite having less horsepower. The lighter weight and diesel torque are compensating. The leaf springs are compressing and rebounding more noticeably, making the ride rougher. But we're making steady progress. And we summit successfully. Interestingly, the Navara actually felt more confident on this climb. The power-to-weight ratio was better suited to the task. After all the off-road testing, here's my honest assessment. The Lexus is more capable thanks to its advanced technology. KDSS, crawl control, multi-terrain select. These systems genuinely work, and they make off-roading easier. The 360 camera is incredibly useful. The refined nature of the vehicle means you arrive at your destination less fatigued. But the Navara is equally capable in different ways. It has better approach and departure angles, better ground clearance. The simpler mechanicals are easier to repair if something breaks on a remote trail. And it's lighter, which helps in sand and on climbs. If I had to choose one for a solo off-road adventure, I'd probably take the Lexus for the comfort and technology. But if I was going with a group of experienced off-roaders who could help if needed, the Navara would be just fine. Now let's talk about on-road performance and daily driving, because that's where most people will actually use these vehicles. Starting with acceleration, the Lexus GX with its V8 gets from 0 to 60 in about 7.2 seconds. That's pretty good for a 5,500-pound SUV. The power delivery is smooth and linear. Passing power on the highway is excellent. The The Navara with its diesel gets to 60 in about 10.1 seconds. That's nearly 3 seconds slower. The turbo diesel has lag at low RPMs. It's adequate for daily driving, but not quick. Highway cruising is where the luxury gap becomes obvious. At 75 miles per hour in the Lexus, the cabin is serene. The Mark Levinson audio system is playing music beautifully. Noise levels are low, about 62 decibels. The seats are comfortable with the massage function working. Adaptive cruise control maintains perfect following distance. The ride quality is supple, bumps are absorbed without harshness. This is a genuinely luxurious way to travel. In the Navara at the same speed, there's more noise, about 71 decibels. The diesel engine is audible. Wind noise is present due to the pickup truck aerodynamics. The seats are comfortable enough, but lack the massage feature. The ride is firmer due to those leaf springs. It's a perfectly fine highway cruiser, but it's not luxurious. City driving and parking reveal some practical differences. The Lexus with its 360 camera system and parking sensors makes tight parking easy. But it's a big vehicle, over 16 feet long and 6.5 feet wide. Finding parking spots can be challenging. The Navara is actually longer because of that bed, about 18 feet total. This makes parking even trickier. The less sophisticated parking aids mean you're relying more on mirrors and skill. Neither vehicle is ideal for dense urban environments. Ride quality over rough city streets shows the suspension differences clearly. The Lexus KDSS just soaks up potholes and expansion joints. Passengers barely feel anything. The air suspension in the rear helps too. The Navara with leaf springs transmits more impacts to the cabin. You feel bumps and rough pavement more noticeably. It's not uncomfortable, but it's definitely more utilitarian. Fuel economy in real-world mixed driving heavily favors the Navara. The Lexus is averaging about 16 miles per gallon. With premium fuel at around $4.50 per gallon, that's expensive. The Navara is averaging about 24 miles per gallon on diesel at around $3.80 per gallon. Over 10,000 miles per year, you're saving about $1,500 in fuel costs with the Navara. That adds up. Let's talk about towing, which is an important capability for both vehicles. We've hooked up a 6,000-pound boat trailer to both trucks. The Lexus is rated for 6,500 pounds, so we're just under max capacity. The integrated trailer brake controller works perfectly. The backup camera has trailer guidance lines that help you line up with the hitch. Accelerating with the trailer, the V8 pulls strong. Merging onto highways is confident. On a steep grade, the transmission downshifts appropriately, and the engine has enough power to maintain highway speeds. The stability control integrates with trailer sway control. If the trailer starts swaying, the system automatically applies individual brakes to stabilize everything. Towing with the Lexus feels secure and refined. The Navara is rated for 7,700 pounds, so this 6,000-pound trailer is well within its capability. That diesel torque is perfect for towing. You've got pulling power right off idle. Acceleration isn't as quick as the Lexus, but it's adequate. On steep grades, the diesel maintains speed better than I expected. The engine doesn't have to work as hard thanks to that low RPM torque. However, the trailer sway control isn't as sophisticated. If the trailer starts swaying, you need to manage it manually with the trailer brake controller. It's fine for experienced towers, but less forgiving than the Lexus system. Payload capacity heavily favors the Navara. The Lexus can carry about 1,300 pounds maximum when you account for passengers and cargo. The Navara can handle 1,650 pounds. If you regularly need to haul heavy loads in addition to towing, the pickup bed gives you much more flexibility. You can't put a pallet of concrete in the back of a Lexus. Interior space and versatility show different priorities. The Lexus seats 7 or 8 passengers in 3 rows. This makes it a genuine family hauler. You can take the whole family plus grandparents on a road trip. The climate-controlled enclosed cargo area is great for luggage, camping gear, or anything you want protected from weather and theft. The Navara seats 5 in 2 rows. The rear seats are spacious, but there's no third row option. However, that pickup bed offers completely different utility. You can haul dirty, smelly, or oversized items that you'd never put inside an SUV. Landscaping materials, construction debris, furniture, motorcycles, the open bed handles it all. Build quality and long-term durability favor the Lexus. Toyota and Lexus vehicles are legendary for lasting 300,000 miles with proper maintenance. The GX specifically has a reputation for being bulletproof. Owners report minimal issues even at very high mileage. The Navara is also well built for a working truck. Nissan's commercial customers rely on these for fleet use. But it doesn't quite match Toyota's legendary reliability reputation. For someone planning to keep a vehicle for 15 or 20 years, the Lexus is probably the safer bet. Let's talk about total cost of ownership over 5 years, assuming 15,000 miles per year. The Lexus costs $73,000 to purchase. Fuel at 16 mpg and $4.50 per gallon runs about $4,000 per year, so $20,000 over 5 years. Insurance averages about $1,800 per year for a total of $9,000. Maintenance on a Lexus isn't cheap. Figure about $1,200 per year, so $6,000 total. But resale value is strong. Expect to get about $47,000 back after 5 years. Total cost over 5 years, about $61,000. The Navara costs $37,000 to purchase. Fuel at 24 mpg and $3.80 per gallon runs about $2,400 per year, so $12,000 total. Insurance averages $1,100 per year for $5,500 total. Maintenance is cheaper at about $800 per year, so $4,000 total. Resale value is decent at about $21,000 after 5 years. Total cost over 5 years, about $37,000. So the Navara costs $24,000 less to own over 5 years. That's a substantial difference. But you're also getting substantially less vehicle. No third row, less refinement, fewer luxury features, less sophisticated technology. The question becomes whether those extras are worth $24,000 to you. So here's my final verdict. These are completely different vehicles that happen to share some off-road capability. The Lexus GX is for someone who wants a luxury SUV that can also handle serious off-road adventures. You're buying Toyota reliability, Lexus luxury, advanced technology, and genuine off-road capability, all in one package. It's perfect for affluent families who go camping, overlanding, or own vacation property down rough roads. You want to arrive comfortable and clean, but you also want to tackle challenging terrain when needed. If you can afford the $73,000 price tag and don't mind the poor fuel economy, the GX is an excellent choice. It's a vehicle you'll keep for 15 years, and it'll still be running perfectly. The Nissan Navara is for someone who needs a practical working truck, but also wants decent off-road capability. You're buying utility first. That pickup bed is incredibly useful for contractors, outdoor enthusiasts, farmers, or anyone who regularly hauls cargo. The off-road capability is legitimately good, especially considering the price point. It's perfect for someone who needs to work hard during the week but wants to hit trails or tow a camper on weekends. At $37,000, it's half the price of the Lexus while delivering about 80% of the capability. If budget matters and you value utility over luxury, the Navara makes total sense. Personally, if I could only own one vehicle, I'd probably choose the Navara. I know that sounds crazy given how much nicer the Lexus is, but that pickup bed utility is just so useful in real life. Being able to haul materials from the hardware store, move furniture, or load up camping gear without worrying about getting the interior dirty, that flexibility is valuable. Plus, the fuel economy difference would save me real money every month. However, if I didn't need the utility of a pickup bed and was focused purely on family comfort and off-road adventures, the Lexus would win easily. The technology, the luxury, the reliability reputation, it's all phenomenal. The honest truth is both of these vehicles are excellent at what they're designed to do. The Lexus is the best luxury off-road SUV you can buy. The Navara is one of the best value propositions in the mid-size truck segment. Neither is better than the other. They're just different tools for different jobs. Test drive both if you're considering either segment. Figure out what matters most to you. And remember, the best vehicle is the one that fits your actual needs and budget, not the one that impresses your neighbors. That's it for today's completely unexpected comparison. I hope this helped you understand both vehicles better. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. We've got more comparisons, reviews, and off-road adventures coming your way. Drop a comment below and let me know, would you choose the luxury of the Lexus or the utility of the Navara? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.